स्वामिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जननंदन यमुना तीरवरचारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजनन्दन यमुनतीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजनन्दन यमुनातीरवनचारि यशोदनन्दन यमुनातीरवनचारि हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So welcome to this wonderful session titled Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. So we are taking this opportunity to formally discuss I was waiting for this session from a very long time, where we discuss about the name, form, qualities and pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Agenda for today's discussion. We'll discuss what are the different platforms of worship, personal recommendation, what does the Lord want from us, how to worship Lord Krishna in this age. Lord Chaitanya, how is he an incarnation of Lord? Is there any proof? Is there any reference? And what is so unique about Lord Chaitanya? So, there are different levels of worship. So, this chart displays the 4 different levels of worship. First, or the most primary level of worship, is the fear. The first or the primary motivation where someone takes to God consciousness or any kind of discipline with respect to the laws of nature or with respect to the laws of karma is fear. The motivation is that if I do not do it, I will be punished. And I don't want to be punished, so let me do it. This is better than atheism. An atheist completely ignores and completely disregards the authority of the Lord, completely disregards the laws of nature, the laws of karma, and becomes an outlaw, high, rugged individualism, living lives by their own whims and fancies, not following the scriptures of any sort, basically leading a very uncultured, sinful, rebellious life. But even after doing that, a person who does it is not satisfied in the core of his heart. Therefore, by some grace of God, when they come in touch with some sincere devotees and when they see, oh, they are so happy, they are happier than me. And this whole idea of being an outlaw or this whole idea of being an atheist didn't make me happy. But I see these other sincere people, they are surrendered to Krishna, they are subordinated, they are voluntarily, individually and spontaneously surrendered to Krishna. They seem to be happier. So by seeing such people, he gets motivation to worship, and then he starts worship in the mode of fear. Slowly, as he continues the worship, he comes on the platform of desire. When his anxiety is a little bit reduced, then he says, God, please, I want this, I want that. I know only when I approach you and only when you sanction, that is the only way to get something. So I desire this, please give it to me. So the second level of worship is desire. First is fear, second is desire. Third is duty. When more purification of heart happens, then one starts worshipping as a matter of obligation. It's my duty. It's a process. This is how the universe works. So it's my duty to worship you. And then after worshipping, whatever is due to me, you give it to me, like that. That is the duty. So they do not worship out of fear or desire. They just do it as a duty. It's my duty to be grateful to God. It's my duty to be a loving servant of God, like that. And the highest platform of worship is the platform of love, where one is not motivated either by fear or desire or duty. Their only motivation is, how can I please you? What should I do so that you will be happy? That is the only motivation. So these are the different levels of worship. Is it clear, these different levels of worship? This is very important to understand, because in the course of today's discussion, you'll have to understand whether this is worship in the mode of desire, duty, love or fear. You have to map it in your mind. So which is the best platform or best level of worship? Love. And which is the worst level of worship? Atheism is not worship only. Okay.
So, in duty, what does that mean? May you award us?
I've chanted my 16 rounds. May you give me good health.
But then is it not the same as desire?
No. Desire means very much obsession with that desire. That I have come to you with this 1 kg laddu so that you give me this. And if you give me this next year again, I will come. Now, if you don't give me, maybe I'll change the God, or maybe I'll not come. But duty means whether you give me or whether you don't give me, I'm going to do it. It's my duty. And if you can give us, good. If you cannot give us, that's also good. That is duty. Duty is unfailing worship. You'll never fail to serve the Lord. But you do it as a matter of obligation. Sometimes they feel, just by worshipping you, I am doing some favor to you. It's my duty. My spiritual master asked me to chant 16 rounds. So now my spiritual master should be thankful to me that all my life I chanted 16 rounds. It was my duty, I did it. Now you should appreciate me that I have done my duty. So that desire to seek appreciation, and the desire for any kind of low hum of admiration, recognition that yes, I have done it. But love means Ashlishyasya va padaratam pinastumam adarshanan marma hatam karotu va yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu saivana paraha. Oh my dear Lord Krishna, whether you make me happy by appearing before me and embracing me, or you make me broken-hearted by eternally ignoring me, in all circumstances you are my worshipful Lord unconditionally. This is called love. That is what is the final level. Could you differentiate between duty and love? Yes.
But human can love.
Yes. Love can happen only with God, not with anybody else. Love, when the loving propensity is invested in anything else or anyone else except the Lord, one always gets suffering in return. Because the nature of love is that it should be unconditional, unmotivated and uninterrupted. That is love. Think of any relationship, it is always having some condition, some motivation. An interruption is always there. Even if it is very good relationship, death will interrupt. Time will interrupt. So, the capacity to love is only with God. Only God can love us. And only we can love Him back. Nobody there. Love is a very rare thing. It is not available anywhere. And all these, nonsense which is going on in the name of love. What do you call? What are the names of love these days? Yeah, names of love. Different names of love is what these days? Some people say we are business partners, dog lovers, brother, father, son, father, daughter, family love, relatives, cousin love, society love, apartment love. All this love, they all have some conditions. You fulfill my desires, you help me in sense gratification, and I will help you in sense gratification. And as long as we are cooperating with the sense gratificatory desires of each other, we are brothers, we are partners, we are, family, we are husband, wife, or whatever. And as soon as I stop engaging in cooperation to gratify you, then the relationship breaks. That is. Can this child be taken out, please? It's a little disturbing to me. There is a separate kids class going on. You can find find out where it is and hand the child there. Yeah, outside only, better. So love is only possible between Jivatma and Paramatma. Love is only possible between God and his part and parcels. Because only Krishna can love us. Only Krishna can love us unconditionally. Whether we do anything or whether we don't do anything, no matter what we do, his love is unconditional for us. And he's unmotivated. He doesn't want anything from us. It's unmotivated. And of course it is uninterrupted also. We may quit our body and die, but Krishna will still continue to love us. Even if we become a pig eating stool, he will still love us. That is love. Is it clear? It is possible. There are thousands and millions of people who are in love with God. And they exist. They are called as Mahatmas. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlubha. They are very rare, sudurlubha. But such people are there. They understand that Krishna is my everything. Vasudevam sarvamiti. Do you want to become a Mahatma? Yes, you should try. Otherwise, there is no hope. Srila Prabhupada tells in Nectar of Instruction, one who is not a Mahatma is a Duratma. So either you become a Mahatma, either you become a lover of God, or else you become a Duratma. That is very, very clear. There is no such thing that 80% Mahatma, 20% non-Mahatma. No. Either you are a Mahatma or a Duratma. If you are not a lover of God, you cannot be good. You cannot be at peace. Can we continue? Huh? Yes, everybody. But you know what? Srila Prabhupada is very kind. He says, a person who loves God is a lover of God. And a person who is following a lover of God is also a lover of God. So we are sure that Srila Prabhupada is a lover of God. And if we follow him, then Krishna will consider us also as lovers. Although we are not lovers, we are wicked souls. From within we have a knife waiting. But because we are trying to sincerely follow what Srila Prabhupada told, so therefore, the followers of pure devotees are also considered as pure devotees by Krishna. This is Krishna's greatness, not the followers' greatness. Is it clear? So hope is there. This question is asked in the 17th chapter by Arjuna. Arjuna uvacha ye shastra vidhimutsrijya yajante shraddhayanvitah tesham nishtha tu ka Krishna satvamaho rajastamaha. Arjuna inquired, O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of the scripture, but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness, passion, or ignorance? There are two kinds of worship. One worship which is shastric, which is done according to the rules and regulations mentioned in the Shastra, Vedic literature, Pancharatra ki vidhi, etc., etc. You tell him where to write. He wants to take notes. Your child is a very sincere child. What notes you are taking, I want to see. Huh? And the second kind of worship is worship according to my own whims and fancies, my own concoction. I decided I'll do something and I started doing it. I'll give you an example. I don't know if I've told this story earlier. There was a lady, a girl who was getting married. Did I tell you this story? And in her marriage, there was a cat which was making a lot of ruckus. Did I tell? Memory is coming back? Okay. But still, can I tell it again? Nice story, no? Cat and marriage story. She was getting married and there was a cat which was jumping from one place to another place, creating so much disturbance. So the mother of the girl told that get a basket, tokri, some kind of a cover, Find the cat and put the basket on top so that the cat will not make mischief. And this girl, she observed this. Oh, this cat, black color, was there. It was jumping around, creating ruckus. And then, somehow my mother instructed that it should be caught so that the marriage can continue. Now, this girl, she grew up in life, she became a mother, and now her daughter was getting married. Now, during the marriage, she remembered, during my marriage, there was a cat. It was creating a ruckus. A cover basket was brought, and the cat was arrested. So she immediately told, somewhere find a black cat. Bring it here. Stop the marriage. Get a black cat and put a basket on top of it. And only when the black cat is there and with a basket covered, only then the marriage will continue. Why? Because I saw my most intelligent mother doing this in my marriage. And traditions should not be broken. Worship according to my own whims and fancies. Basically, when you do not follow the scriptures, it is just an unnecessary disturbance in the society. So therefore, that kind of worship which doesn't follow the scriptural injunction or which does not have the guidance, the right guidance. Even if it is seen that sometimes worship even follows the scripture, but it is not recommended by someone. People on their own, they pick it up. Worship in the mode of ignorance, tantric methods. It is written here and there, but nobody recommends it. Still people pick it up. So what is the result of doing all these things? Let's see what Krishna says, 17.4. Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons. And those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. Which mode do you want to be in? Transcend pendrive? What?
Transcend all these modes.
You want to be higher than mode of goodness also. What is the problem in worshipping demigods? Worship Indra, no problem.
However, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, it's not a permanent solution. Worship of the demigods has many problems. Today I'm going to cover it in full detail. Demigod worship. Nice notes he's taking. Can I see once? He's writing so much, I am getting nervous. What he's writing, I can't see. Show it to me, please. Come fast.
Platforms of fear.
Oh, he's writing all that. Arjuna Vacha he wrote, huh? Very nice. Nice child. Good. Sincerity is very important. Anybody who is sincere, irrespective of what they can understand, what they cannot understand, Krishna will bless them. Everything starts with sincerity. So men in the mode of worship goodness, they worship demigods. And those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. So this is the tantric and the destructive methods of worship. They worship ghosts and spirits. Why they worship ghosts and spirits? They really like the ghost, very beautiful, nice vision. They like all that. Who would like to see a ghost or a spirit? Here spirit means evil spirit. How many of you would like to take darshan today? Like, yes, I really aspire to meet a witch today. Nobody. Then why do people worship? You know what is worship? I accept you as my authority. Why they worship then? To get their things done. Yes. Hare Krishna. So they have certain desires. They want to do few things, and it is not getting done in the legitimate way. So they take shelter of some ghosts and evil spirits and get it done. Do you think this worship is a worship? No. They think, people in the mode of ignorance, they are thinking this is worship. Actually, this is not worship. This is further entangling them. For example, you use your strength to give distress to others. What is going to happen to you? Sorry?
You will get in return something.
The laws of nature is that if you give distress to others, you will get it back. So if you are taking the help of some gundas to give distress to others, or if you are taking the help of some ghosts to give distress to others, or if you are taking the help of the viral fever which you have by infecting someone else to others, you will always suffer in return. So this worship will not help you. It will further entangle you, and the laws of karma will further implicate you. So this is not worship. You are trying to do something. Worship means it should set you free. Worship should be the path to liberation. But this worship is further entangling you. You are going to take birth amongst the ghosts and evil spirits if you do this. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitravrata bhutani yanti bhutejya. Those who worship the bhutas and the pretas, they take birth amongst them. How many of you would like to become next life one evil ghost? So this is the worship in the mode of ignorance. This is not even worship. Next is worship in the mode of passion. This is also mostly self-created methods of worship. And they are basically aimed at material advancement. I want something. This is the way to do it. I'll just do it and I'll just get it. Sometimes they are self-destructive also. For example, what Hiranyakashipu did. It's worship in the mode of passion. I just want something, I'll get it. This is the process. And it led to his self-destruction only. Worship in the mode of goodness means they use the prescribed methods exactly as mentioned in the scriptures, guided by some teachers also. And they do not want to harm anybody, neither themselves nor others. And they look for things which is a little more permanent, but not completely permanent. Let's discuss in detail. We'll start with worship in the mode of ignorance. So there is the story of Vrikasur. He met Narad Muni on the way. Story of Vrikasur. And Narad Muni, he asked Narad Muni that whom should I worship? I want a boon, and whom should I worship? So that I will get my desired benediction very, very early. So Narad Muni said, in that case you have to worship Lord Shiva. Because he is, what is his name? Ashutosh. He is very easily pleased. You know why Lord Shiva is Ashutosh? Why is he very easily pleased? Because Lord Shiva is constantly busy in his chanting of Hare Krishna and reading and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. And because Lord Shiva is taking care of the people in the mode of ignorance, he is in charge of this mode of ignorance. So mostly the people in the mode of ignorance approach him. And what do you think they will want? Some nonsense. So just to let them go away fast. ठीक है बाबा लेके जाओ. Come here, take it, get lost. So therefore Ashutosh. Why to waste time? If he makes a person in the mode of ignorance worship for thousands of years, will his heart change? No. So ठीक है, you come quickly, take it, get lost, and then let me continue my service. So this Vrikasur was something like this. He worshipped Lord Shiva for few days only. And he opened his consciousness and saw Lord Shiva has till now not come. You know what he felt? He felt offended. How come Lord Shiva not come? So then he started taking out the flesh from his body and he started cutting his throat and different body parts he was cutting and putting in fire. This was very horrible. Nobody recommends this kind of worship. The things which Ravana did or Vrikasur did, this is very horrible kind of worship. Suppose if somebody wants to meet you and in the process of meeting you they are cutting their hand, will you like it? You will run to meet them. Why? Because you want to meet them? No. Just to save them from damaging and self-destruction. So Lord Shiva in the similar mood came. And he said, what do you want? Then he said that I want a benediction. That whomever I should touch, I put my hand on whosever head, their head should blast. I think all of you have heard this story. So I'm just trying to see if that is the case here. Yeah. So Lord Shiva was like, okay, theek hai, I have to go and continue my Bhagavatam session. You take this boon and get lost. But after getting this boon, because his heart was not purified, see, this is a very serious point. Purification of heart is only possible by Hari Bhakti. Even if somebody is as dedicated and as serious like Ravana, still, if they are not devotees of Hari, that means they cannot be trusted and they can never have any good qualities also. So although he got darshan of Lord Shiva, although he got a benediction from Lord Shiva, but his heart did not get purified. So as a result, you know what he did? He wanted to put his hand on Lord Shiva's head only. Now Lord Shiva wanted to show everybody that if you do not worship Hari, this is what you will get. Lord Shiva wanted to show everybody that it is only Lord Krishna or Vishnu who can actually lead to purification of heart and give you entrance in the spiritual world. I am Ishvara, I am Shiva, I am Ishvara, I am the master of this material world, but I cannot open the doors to the spiritual world for you. Lord Shiva wanted to show to everybody, so he did this on purpose. He started running, and this Vrikasur is chasing like this. Then ultimately he went to the Shvetadvip, where Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is residing. There, Lord Vishnu or Krishna appeared in the form of a brahmachari, a very, very effulgent young boy, just like Vamana. And then he addressed Vrikasur as, "O Shakuni Putra, O son of Shakuni." And then he spoke in such a way that the mind of this demon became charmed, he became bewildered. And he stopped chasing Lord Shiva and started listening to Lord Krishna. He said that I knew your father very nicely. His name was Shakuni. He was a nice man. But can I ask you why you are running so much? You seem to be very tired. The aim of life is to give comfort to this body. The body is the most precious possession. Lord Krishna is speaking like this, just to charm the demon. So demon thought, yeah, you're telling correct. So Lord Krishna told, okay, at least for some time you take a rest. So he sat down. Lord Shiva was waiting, stopped running. Then Lord Krishna asked this Vrikasur that, why are you chasing Lord Shiva? So Vrikasur said that I am chasing him because he gave me a benediction. I want to test it whether it works or not. So Lord Krishna said, you know what, this Shiva has gone mad. Since the time he has fought with his father-in-law Daksha, and since the time Sati has committed suicide, he has gone crazy. He cannot be trusted only. What he is saying, he does not realize what he is saying. He is in some kind of trance all the time. So the benedictions which he is given cannot be taken very seriously. See, he is running. Leave him. If you really want to be sure whether this benediction is working or not, why don't you test it on yourself? Before this, Lord Krishna asked that why you are running behind Lord Shiva? Why do you want to test on him only? Vrikasur told, no, actually I know this will work. But I want Parvati. So I wanted to kill Shiva. I worshipped Shiva so that I can get his wife. This is the nature of demons. So then Lord Krishna tricked him that, see, you can't trust the benedictions of Lord Shiva. He has gone crazy these days. So first you test it on yourself, and if it works, then you go and kill him, and I will support you. So how to test? Lord Krishna said, put it on your head. No, we'll see. We'll see for the truth. Yes, you are right. I think you are my best friend. That Vikasur told, I think you are my best friend. And then he put his hand like this and blasted. The head is blasted. So this is the result of worship in the mode of ignorance. This is the result of worship in the mode of ignorance. Worship in the mode of passion. I put the photo of Hiranyakashipu, body covered by anthill, fire blazing from the head, muscles, fiber, veins, bone marrow, everything eaten away. And only the prana vayu is being circulated in the bones. This kind of worship is also not recommended in the scriptures. Because this kind of worship is self-torture. The Vedic literature do not recommend self-torture for any process. You go to any institute where they teach you some kind of martial arts or some kind of physical asanas or yoga, pranayama, etc. Everybody will tell you. The moment you start feeling pain, stop. Do they tell or not? So self-torture is not recommended in any kind of discipline. Hiranyakashipu did this. His idea was to worship Brahma and get immortality from Brahma. Brahma was very much sorry to see this kind of worship. So Brahma comes after some years and then sprinkles his water on the body of skeleton of Hiranyakashipu, and then he regains his body. Brahma carries the water which has washed the lotus feet of Vamandev or Lord Krishna in his kamandal. So by the Charnamrita of Hari, he helped him to regain his body. And that's how Hiranyakashipu had such a strong body with which he could defeat anybody, including Yamaraj. So Hiranyakashipu, we all know the story. He asked for the bone. Brahma said, I cannot give you this, cannot give you that. But then somehow Brahma told that you have done such kind of tapasya which is na bhuto na bhavishyati. Nobody in the past has done such self-torturous tapasya. And I bless and I benedict and I desire and I predict that nobody should do also such kind of tapasya. It's horrible. They let there be not another Hiranyakashipu. Brahma wished like that. And then he desired subjugation over one and all. Everybody who is created by Brahma, he wanted to subjugate them. So there is only one person who is not created by Brahma. Who is that? Sorry? Hari, yes. But he gave conditions. This we all know, the boons which he asked. So he got cheated by his own desire to subjugate everybody. And then he was killed. Thousands and thousands of years of tapasya destroyed in just 5 years. Prahlad was born. And the moment he messed up with Prahlad, he was killed. This is worship in the mode of passion. Worship in the mode of goodness. It is basically according to the scriptural rules. It is harmless for others, aiming for a standard of better material happiness. For example, if somebody wants good health, they can start worshipping the sun. What is the harm to others? No harm. And what are you trying for? You want a nice material body so that you can be materially happy. This is not completely permanent, but yes, suppose if you get a benediction from the sun demigod that as long as you live, you will be happy. Your digestion will work properly. Little bit permanent, but is it absolutely permanent? No. So that is worship in the mode of goodness, according to the scriptural rules and regulations. Worship in the mode of passion and ignorance, they may not follow the scriptural rules, but worship in the mode of goodness follows the scriptural rules. They accept some authority. and it is harmless to others. Worship of passion, in the mode of passion, also accepts some authority, but it is not completely harmless to others. But worship in the mode of goodness is harmless. I want my life to be happy, I don't care for others. Worship in the mode of passion is I want myself to be happy and I want to subjugate everybody else. Worship in the mode of ignorance means I don't want myself to be happy also and others also not to be happy. Higher than this is worship in the mode of pure goodness, which is bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness or lifestyle according to the Bhagavad Gita. Here only desire is to please the Lord. There is no other motivation here. And just for the pleasure of the Lord and no other motive. I don't want anything. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatad bhaktira haituki. There are 8 prayers told by Lord Chaitanya. I will share it with all of you in the WhatsApp groups, which should be recited every day without fail. I just recited the 4th verse of Shikshashtakam. Oh my dear Lord, I do not want wealth. I don't want a beautiful spouse. I don't want a great fan following. Neither I want to become a very learned man who knows the solution of every problem from the Vedic scriptures. I don't even want liberation from the cycle of birth and death. My dear Lord, I just want opportunity. Even if you want to keep me giving birth after birth, I don't mind. I just want an opportunity to render pure devotional service in the association of your devotees. That is worship in the mode of pure goodness. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaya. I don't want anything. Mama janmani janmanishware. I will take any number of births as you want. Bhavatad bhaktir ahaitukaitvai. Just give me the facility of rendering unconditional, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service to you in the association of your devotees. This is worship in the mode of pure goodness. Now, I ask, what is the problem of worship in the mode of goodness? What is the problem of worshipping the demigods? Today I will cover 4 verses, 20, 21, 22, 23 from the 7th chapter, which will expose the problems with deity, with demigod worship. Please repeat with me. Kamaistaistair hrita jnanaha prapadyante anya devataha tam tam niyamamasthaya prakritya niyatah svaya. 7.20 Bhagavad Gita. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Sounds very discouraging, no? At least to some level. Intelligence stolen by material desires. Intelligence is not the ability to make money. Intelligence is not the ability to get a Bharat Ratna or a Nobel Prize. Intelligence is not the ability to write a very beautiful algorithm or a poem. No. Intelligence means when there is a crisis in my life, I am able to overpower my mind and the demands of my mind, take guidance from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra and do that which is right to do. That is called intelligence. Basically, the sense of discrimination in crisis is called as intelligence. So when that intelligence is stolen by material desires, that means I am no longer strong enough to discriminate what is good for me and what is bad for me. Generally, the war is between Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas means that which will help me in the long term, and Prayas that which will give me pleasure immediately. That is called discrimination of the intelligence. What should I choose? Should I choose something which will just give me sensory gratification, sensual pleasures immediately? Or should I do something which will be helpful for me in the long run? And if we are able to make this discrimination and act upon it, we are intelligent. Otherwise, we are not. Doesn't matter which PhD you have, doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how many people you command. If you do not have this sense of discrimination, you cannot be called an intelligent man. And intelligence or knowledge or the sign of knowledge is good character and sense control. Without these two characteristics, you can never practice an intellectual life. Good character and sense control. So when my intelligence has been made weak, malfunctioned, and practically stolen away by material desires. I want this, I want that, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to become beautiful, I want to become rich, I want to become famous, I want to become healthy, I want to become strong, I want to, whatever. I want to have a child, I want to have a family, I want to have a house, I want to have. So when my intelligence is stolen away by material desires, because when you chant, the problem with Krishna Bhakti is that if you want something nonsense, suppose you have a nonsense desire of having a white elephant which has white 3, why not 4? I want to have a white elephant which has a golden yellow 4 tusks. And that elephant should be taller than the second floor of this building. And that elephant should be able to fly in the sky so that I can skip the Bangalore traffic. Imagine if you have such elephant proof. You will not talk also to anybody after that. Hey, living creatures of this earth planet, don't talk to me. So you started praying to Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. My dear Lord, give me this white elephant. My dear Lord, give me this car. My dear Lord, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. But Lord Krishna, when you propose something to him, he always, like a very loving father, he sees, okay, my child is asking this from me, but if I give him this, will it help him in his spiritual life? Will it help him to ultimately come back home, back to Godhead? Will it help him in the purpose of overcoming lust, anger, greed, illusion, enviousness and attachments? If the answer is no, Krishna will not give. You break your head, you pray, you do whatever you want, you stand upside down, you will not get it. But then people are idiots. People are envious. When they want it, they want it. So they will say, oh, this Krishna is nonsense. He doesn't give me what I want. So therefore I should go to some other demigod. Now the problem in demigod worship is there are certain rules and regulations mentioned in the Vedic literature, and anybody who follows this, the demigod is bound to give that. It's like a shopkeeper. If you go to a shop and if you have the money and if you give the money, the shopkeeper is bound to give you what you pay for. Suppose if your small child goes to a cigarette shop, pan shop, and says, I have these 20 rupees, give me cigarettes. The shopkeeper will give. Similarly, demigods are not so much interested what will happen to your life after that benediction. They are just interested in their own man maryada, because there is a society of demigods where kitty party keeps going on. And one demigod keeps discussing, oh, that person prayed to you, he asked this, you couldn't give him. Just see. When Kunti called me, I'm son. When Kunti called me, she didn't want also, but I gave her a son and came. I'm so great. Whenever somebody worships me, chappad phar ke dete hain. I give more than necessary. So there is a competition going amongst demigods. That somebody worshipped me, I should fulfill their desires. And in the process of fulfilling their desire, I served them poison. Oh, that doesn't matter. So this is the problem with demigod worship. So when people see that by doing Hari Bhakti, I can't get this nonsense. So therefore I will worship Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Durga, Kali, Shiva, Brahma, whatever. And I'll get what I want. Imagine if Hiranyakashipu would have worshipped Lord Krishna and asked for immortality. What would have Lord Krishna done to him? If somebody worships Krishna that I want subjugation over all the 84 lakh species of life, what will happen? Guess what will happen? Just like Dhruv Maharaj's case. Sthanabhilashi tapasi sthito ham twap praptavan deva muni indra guhyam. Kachan vichinvan api divya ratnam swamin kritarthosmi varam nayache. Dhruv Maharaj had a desire that I want a kingdom which is greater than my great-grandfather. Dhruv Maharaj's father was Maharaj Uttanapad. Uttanapad's father was Swayambhuva Manu, and Swayambhuva's Manu's father was Brahma. So he wanted a kingdom greater than this universe. Is it possible? He wanted it. Crazy desire. So he worshipped. Somehow he got good direction that you worship Krishna. Narad Muni came, told him that only Krishna can give you. Nobody else can give you. But you know what happened? During the process of worship, he had a complete change of heart. And when Lord Krishna came in front of him, he said the following, Swamin sthana bhilashi tapasi sthitoham. In the desire of getting a kingdom, I sat down in tapasya. Tvam praptavan deva muni indra guhyam. But as a result of that worship or tapasya, I have achieved you, my Lord, who is inaccessible or unachievable by devas, by munis, by Indra, and all the other great personalities. Kachan vichinvan api divya ratnam. Now, my dear Lord, as I have obtained your darshan and I am standing in front of you offering prayers, the desire of having a kingdom greater than this universe appears like some broken pieces of glass. And your darshan or your audience appears like some priceless jewel. Now that I have got your darshan, the most priceless jewel, I don't want those broken pieces of glasses. Swamin kritarthosmi varam nayache. So Lord Krishna asked, then what do you want? My dear Lord, I don't want anything. I just want your service. This is Dhruv Maharaj's answer. So if you have a desire to subjugate the whole universe, you go and pray to Krishna. And by doing chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, your heart will get purified. Of course, Dhruv Maharaj got the Dhruva Lok, the most illustrious planet in this whole universe. We see the pole star till now. So he has something. Of course, Krishna will give also something which is much brighter and much more prospective than this universe also. However, purification of heart happens and you get free because of that worship. When you ask for something from a demigod, the very benediction or that very object which you have attained will lead to further entanglement. But if you ask for something material from Krishna, that material object will lead you for complete renunciation. For example, if I want a mobile, if I pray to Krishna that give me a nice mobile, these features. So Krishna may give, but then some things will happen in my life that I will become completely disgusted with mobile. That is Krishna consciousness. So there was a king whose name was Anga, mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. According to the destiny, he was not supposed to have any children, especially a son. Now a king needs a son to continue. So by the instruction of some teachers, he started worshipping Hari. And then he got a son. But he got such kind of a son, whose name was Vena, that when this son, as a small child, when he used to go out and play as a prince, just for fun he used to kill his friends while playing. Now I don't want to tell other symptoms of Vena. You can just imagine if in a small age he's going out to play and somebody says something, he takes that person and kills him and comes home. What will he grow up to become? So Anga Maharaj got so disgusted with the desire of having a son or with this family life or with this kingdom and affairs that he just gave up everything, took to Vanaprastha ashram, went to forest, started chanting Hare Krishna and went back home back to world. So even if you have some material desire, go to Krishna. He knows how to handle it. But if you go to Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Durga, Kali, etc., etc., they will give you, but you will get further entangled. That's why it is told, those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires. I want it at any cost, and I know Krishna will not give it, so I'll go to Indra. They surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of the worship according to their own natures. If you are in the mode of ignorance, you will worship accordingly. If you are in mode of passion, you will worship accordingly. But surrender unto demigods is not very much recommended. Next verse, Krishna says, Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktah shraddha yanarchitum ichhati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tam eva vidadhamyaham. I am in everybody's heart as the super soul, Paramatma. I am as Paramatma in the heart of Indra also and in your heart also. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, for example Indra, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular demigod or deity. So sometimes some things happen. You are worshipping, let's say, Suryadev. And some things happen in your life so that your faith becomes steady. Oh, it's working. Karna chahiye. It's working. So who has done this miracle so that your faith becomes steady? Krishna has done. The demigod has no power to do it. Because all the power of all the demigods, they come from God. And then you see, Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas. You can note down 7.20, 21, 22, 23. 4 verses. Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasyaradhanam ihate labhate cha tatah kaman mayaiva hitan hitan. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. See the last line. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Lord Ganesha is called as Vignaharta. Many people worship Lord Ganesha before doing anything auspicious, to get freedom from all the obstacles. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma says that the power of being Vignaharta, which Lord Ganesha has, is attained by the mercy of Lord Govinda. Further clarity we get that Lord Ganesha is a very staunch devotee of Narasimhadev. So Lord Narasimha is the original destroyer of obstacles. And because Lord Ganesha has taken to serious worship of Lord Narasimhadev, and because he has taken the dust of the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha and put on his head, so by the mercy of Narasimhadev, he has become Vignaharta for the material world. That verse is there in the Brahma Samhita. If you want, we can give reference. So in actuality, Lord Ganesha is Vignaharta by the mercy of Krishna. This is something which mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. You are thinking that I am worshipping sun and I am getting this good health. But the ability to give good health by the sun demigod Vivaswan is coming from Krishna. Is it clear? Any difficulty in understanding? Am I saying something which has boggled your mind, or which has destroyed your faith, or something like that? If it is so, talk to Krishna. It's not my problem, because it is told in Bhagavad Gita. If you have any problem with this discussion, go meet Lord Krishna and tell him why you do this. 7.23. Antavantu phalam tesham tad bhavatya alpamedhasam devan deva yajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mampi. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary, like that Mataji told. Because demigods themselves are going through birth, disease, old age and death. They will die. So when suppose Indra has given you some benediction and Indra died, what happens to his benediction? It's just like one government doing something and then the next government coming. What happens to those plans? Game over, finished. That's why we see when the next government comes, they overrule all the previous ordinances or the legislations which were passed. There were two governments in Karnataka. One of them had a vision that the education policy should be like this. And there's another government which has an idea that the education policy should be like this. So the previous government made an education policy A. The next government said this is wrong. This education policy will make us cavemen. So let's change that. We'll make education policy B. And then another government will come, what is this nonsense? This education policy B, it will make us atheists. So let's make education policy C. The same thing happens in demigods also. After every 71 cycles of Divya Yugas, that means Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kali is one cycle. After 71 cycles of these 4 yugas, the government changes. Another person becomes Indra, another person becomes Agnidev, another person becomes Chandradev, like that. So whenever a new person comes in the position, they will have their own thought process. It's temporary, basically, I'm trying to say. So the fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods, they go to the planets of the demigods. And my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Now, the planet of the demigods, any demigod you take, that planet is also temporary. It gets destroyed in the universal annihilation. Somebody may be very much desirous to go to Indralok. Nice apsaras are there. Nandan Kanan garden is there. So many nice drinks are there. I'll go and sit with Urvashi. What's the problem? But when the universal annihilation happens, Indralok also gets destroyed. But Krishna Loka or Vaikuntha Lokas, they are eternal. So where do you want to go? Do you want to build a house which will break in the next 6 months, or do you want to build a house which will be with you always? First of all, that such kind of house is never possible because your body is not eternal. But talking at the spiritual platform, Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita that one who comes to his abode never returns. That means there must be something there, no? That if somebody has gone to Krishna, they have no desire to return. They never come back. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramam mamaha. Krishna says once someone goes there, they never come back. That means they don't want to come in this world where everybody is struggling with birth, disease, old age and death. They want to eternally live with Krishna, eternally sing and dance, play and eat with Krishna. And they are fully happy with Krishna. They don't want to come back. Let's listen from what Srila Prabhupada tells in the Bhagavad Gita purports. There are many rules and regulations for the worship of demigods in the scriptures, and one may question why the Vedic literatures recommend their worship. Point, right? If ultimately we should worship God, then why Vedas are talking about worship of demigods? It should not be there only in first place. Answer is, there is necessity. Why? Those who are motivated by lust and the opportunity and want the opportunity to love something, and the demigods, I repeat, those who are motivated by lust want the opportunity to love something, and the demigods are acknowledged as the officers of the Supreme Lord. The idea is that one worships these demigods, he will gradually develop Krishna consciousness. But if one is completely atheistic and disobedient and rebellious against any authority, what hope is there? So one's obedience to a higher personality can start with the demigods. Generally, people who approach the demigods, their intelligence is a little bit complicated. But let's say somebody is worshipping some demigod, let's say Ganesha. But at the same time, they are also associating with devotees of Hari. So some heart purification will happen. And then one day this devotee of Lord Ganesha will go and stand in front of Lord Ganesha and pray, my dear Ganesha, I have dedicated my life to your worship. Please tell me what is the supreme absolute truth. And please take me to that supreme absolute truth. Then Lord Ganesha will do something in your life that you will be taken to worship of Hari. Sincere devotees of demigods, they ultimately come to Krishna Bhakti. There was a Brahmin who was very poor, and he was a very staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. But he was not like the other devotees of Lord Shiva, drinking opium, taking intoxicants, having demoniac desires. No, he was a simple man. He was just worshipping Lord Shiva because it made him happy. But he was very poor, so a lot of family pressure on him to get some money. So one day he was thrown out of his house that if you don't get some money, don't come back. So he started worshipping Lord Shiva and told him, his wife told him that there is something called as a touchstone, parasmani. If you get that, then I'll be happy because whichever object we touch, that will become gold. And then we will get whatever we want. So you go and worship Lord Shiva and get that touchstone for me. Personally, this fellow thought that, okay, I don't want money, but at least for the rest of my life, my family will not trouble me. So just let me get that touchstone and give it to the family. That was his intention. You see, he was a nice man. He was not a demon. So he went and worshipped Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva appeared in front of him and he told him, what do you want? He said, give me the greatest amount of wealth so that I will not be disturbed in worshipping you for the rest of my life. Lord Shiva saw the sincerity in his heart and he told him, go to Vrindavan. There is a person called Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami is there in our altar also. He is the disciple of Lord Chaitanya. Go and meet Sanatana Goswami. He has this touchstone. Take it from him and then you will not be disturbed for the rest of your life. That is the greatest wealth which you can get. So he went to Vrindavan, he started finding where is Sanatana Goswami, where is Sanatana Goswami, where is Sanatana Goswami. Ultimately he reached Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was sitting and engaged in his sadhana. He told him that I have been sent by Lord Shiva to you, and he told me that you have the greatest wealth. You please give it to me. Sanatana Goswami said, yes, okay. He said that I have a dustbin there. In that dustbin many things are there. You just overturn that dustbin, take out all the garbage, and below that there is one touchstone. You can take it and go. He said, he did that? Wow, very nice. Immediately got the touchstone, and then he was like, very nice. Lord Shiva is so kind. Sanatana Goswami is so kind. He was taking this and he was going, I will give this to my family and then they will never trouble me. And I will always be very happy, engaging in seva. But then one thought came in his mind, that if this is the greatest wealth, why was it kept in the dustbin? That means Sanatana Goswami has cheated me. There must be something more valuable which he is hiding, which he is not giving it to me. Because something which is most valuable can never be thrown in garbage. So let me go back. So he went to Sanatana Goswami and said, my dear Sanatana Goswami, I have understood that this is not the greatest wealth which you have. Had this been the greatest wealth, you would have not kept it in the dustbin. I don't want this. I want that which is the greatest wealth which you are hiding. So Sanatana Goswami said, yes, indeed this is not the greatest wealth. He said, I want that wealth only, which is the greatest. So Sanatana Goswami said, okay, but for that you have to give up this first. I am ready. If I am getting something greater, who wants this touchstone? He said that, okay, you pick up this touchstone. He actually threw the touchstone, and Sanatana Goswami took and gave him back. That you take this touchstone, throw it in the Yamuna and come. He's like, immediately I'll do it. He took that touchstone and he threw it in the Yamuna and came back. And he said, now you give me the greatest wealth and no more cheating. And after that, Sanatana Goswami told him that the greatest wealth in this whole creation yes, sometimes the greatest wealth in a class can be silence. So the greatest wealth in this whole creation is the holy name of the Lord. Naam bina kichu nahi chaudha bhuvan majhe. There is nothing greater than the holy name of the Lord in the 14 planetary systems. And then Sanatana Goswami initiated him and gave him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he introduced him to Lord Chaitanya. That is today's session's topic. And then he became happy for the rest of eternity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Can you just take this call, please? Outside. This number is continuously calling me. Go outside, take it. So therefore, the personal recommendation of the Lord is not to engage in demigod worship. What is the personal recommendation of the Lord? This is the summum bonum of Bhagavad Gita. When we ask people, what does the Bhagavad Gita teach you? They say, karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Thanks to B.R. Chopra. When he made that Mahabharata, whole India came to know of this one verse. If B.R. Chopra would have put any other verse, that would have been the summum bonum of Bhagavad Gita. But unfortunately, B.R. Chopra missed the whole essence. This is the essence. 18.66 is the summary or the summum bonum or the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Please repeat with me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Bhagavad Gita is not about karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga or anything else, although there are chapters. But after telling all the karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga, ultimately Krishna concludes with this: just surrender unto me. Just like a parent tell to their children, stop all nonsense and let me take care of you. Similarly, Krishna is like being the father, the bija pradaha pita of all species, not just of Hindus or Indians or human beings. Aham bija pradaha pita. He is the father of 84 lakh species of life in everywhere where life exists. He is telling, just surrender unto me, because I am your best well-wisher. You are such a nonsense that you don't even know what is good for you. You idiot Hiranyakashipu, you are asking such things, that things will, you see the life of Hiranyakashipu. After getting those benedictions from Brahma, he was never happy. He was constantly unhappy. Although he subjugated everything and everyone. It is said that when he used to feel hot, he used to just look up in the sky, and the temperature of the sun used to reduce. That was the level of control he had. Imagine you doing that. Maybe a bird will come and drop he will do all that. But really, Hiranyakashipu had that level of control. But he was not happy. He was unsatisfied. He was unhappy. He was constantly looking for more and more and more and more. It's a very high degree of unsatisfaction. So you idiot Hiranyakashipu, you don't even know what you want. Just surrender unto me. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. You have done all nonsense activities. The laws of karma are awaiting. But you know what? I shall give you freedom from all sinful reactions. Nobody else can do this. Only I can do it. Don't have any doubt whether I'll be able to do it or not. Don't have any fear. Once you surrender unto me, you become fearless. Do not fear. Ma shuchaha. So if we can give up all other kinds of worship, and if we can give up all other pursuits and performing our prescribed duties, if we can just surrender to Krishna, that is the best. That is the only thing which will make our heart completely satisfied. This is the summum bonum of Bhagavad Gita. If anybody is not revealing this verse to you and not teaching this, they are cheating you. This is Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya. You have many dharmas. You have office dharma, you have society dharma, you have family dharma, you have cat dharma, body dharma, dog dharma, finance dharma, gadget dharma. But savai pumsam paro dharma. Amongst all dharmas, which is the highest dharma? Yato bhaktir adhokshaje. Rendering devotional service to adhokshaja, that is Krishna. And that dharma, or rendering devotional service to Krishna, should be done ahaituki apratihata. Should be unconditional, unmotivated and uninterrupted. You cannot do business or dealings with God. That, my dear Lord, you give me good health, give me a good house and give me a nice job, then I will continue chanting Hare Krishna. If you don't do it, then I will stop for Hare Krishna and I will do something else. No. Because Krishna loves you unconditionally. Whether you worship Him or not, He is helping you, He is providing for you. So it is but obvious, no? If a person loves you unconditionally, shouldn't he expect unconditional love from you? It's natural, right? If he loves you uninterruptedly, should you not love him uninterruptedly? If he has no motivation to love you, naturally he loves you. Why you should not love him back in that way? It makes sense, no? That's why I say bhakti is common sense. Bhakti is common sense. Look at this photo. This is bhakti. Think about Hiranyakashipu. Think about Varikasur. Think about all the worshippers of the demigods. And look at this. Who do you think is happy in this world? Only the devotees of Krishna are happy. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakale ashant. Krishna bhakta nishkam ataeva shant. Those who want sense gratification of the highest order, those who want to merge in the impersonal effulgence in the Brahma Jyoti, to escape the cycle of birth and death, those who want the Ashtasiddhis by yogic perfections, all of them are unhappy. Sakale ashant. Only a devotee of Krishna has the desire of only pleasing Krishna. Krishna bhakta nishkam. He has no other desire other than pleasing Krishna. Ataeva shant. That's why he is peaceful. This consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. Even great demigods like Brahma, Shiva, Mother Lakshmi, they aspire to be in this place. We see Lord Krishna in the forest, lying down on some grass. Actually, it is not Lord Krishna. This personality with blue dhoti is Balram. This yellow dhoti pitambar person is Krishna. Balram is lying down and Krishna is massaging his lotus feet. And this boy has brought some leaf from somewhere. This boy has become the pillow. And some people are singing some music. Others are taken care of. This is spiritual world. In spiritual world, there is a competition going on between Bhakta and Bhagwan. The Bhakta or the devotee is trying to constantly serve Krishna. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is also competing to serve his devotees. There is a competition that who can do more seva. Krishna is not just sitting like this, yeah, chalo, bring me this, get me that, dance in front of me, sing, not like that. You do some seva, Krishna will run to serve you. And that is why he is all attractive. He is not all attractive because he is the last word in beauty. No. He is all attractive because he has the most beautiful character. You know the meaning of most beautiful character? It's only Krishna. So how do we worship Krishna? Anything urgent?
Not urgent, but there's a lady suffering from depression in Sindhi if you wanted to meet. So I have
You can handle that case? Please handle. How to worship Lord Krishna? There are 5 rasas or 5 mellows in which people love or worship Krishna. First is the Shanta rasa. Shanta rasa means always thinking of Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. Shanta rasa. All the yogis who are sitting in the deep, dense forests, all alone from many, many years, who have understood the real meaning of yoga. The real meaning of yoga is not to move your belly and press your nose and get some good health and nice stomach clearance every day. No. That is not yoga. If somebody is teaching you real yoga means this pranayam, this asana, and why we do it? Swasth Bharat. That is cheating. If somebody makes you get stuck in the yoga has 8 stages: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. After that is pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. If somebody gets you stuck in the byproducts of yoga, that defeats the whole purpose of yoga. The purpose of yoga is dhyana vasthita tadagatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginah. You, in the stage of uninterrupted remembrance of Krishna, or specifically speaking, the 400 form of Lord Vishnu, you are seated all alone, according to the recommendations of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga. You are seated all alone somewhere, and in the television of your heart, in the heart of your heart, in the core of your heart, you are always meditating and seeing the beautiful 400 form of Lord Vishnu. This is the purpose of yoga. And not that I have some knee pain, so I will do some. And then I got the result. No. That is cheating. That defeats the purpose of yoga. So all the greatest of the Ashtanga yogis, the perfectionists, the Dhyana yogis, they are in Shantarasa. But higher than those yogis, you see, when I go up in these rasas, I put a plus sign. Do you see? Plus, 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 plus. That means as you go forward, the upper rasas, they contain everything which is there in the lower rasas plus something extra. So higher, and a good example of the Shant rasa is the people or the 4 Kumaras. Sanat, Sanatan, the Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan and Sanak Kumars. They were Brahmavadis. They want to just sit in one place and always think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. But they do not have a desire to do any seva. That is the problem. They just want to appreciate the constant remembrance of Krishna. They do not want to be actively engaged in some seva. Therefore, Dasya Rasa, a good example of Dasya Rasa is Hanuman. He is in constant samadhi. He is always thinking of Lord Ram and never forgetting Lord Ram, but at the same time he is very actively trying to serve Lord Ram. Krishna consciousness is not imaginative ecstasy, but practical activity. Something for your notebook. Krishna consciousness is not an imaginative ecstasy. You can't just sit in some place and think that I am some gopi, or think that I am Mother Yashoda. Here is my Lala. Come, my dear Lala. That is nonsense. Do something for your Lala. Come and clean the temple hall first. Oh, no, that I will not do. Come wash the vessels. No, that I will not do. I'll just sit on my sofa and I will think I love Krishna and Krishna loves me. So that is not Krishna consciousness. It's not some imaginative ecstasy, it is practical activity, and Hanuman showed it. Nobody was more Krishna conscious or Ram conscious than Hanuman. But he was always engaged in seva. And while doing the seva, not even for a moment he forgot Lord Ram. So therefore he is higher than these yogis. So he is in Dasya Rasa. Now higher than Dasya Rasa is Sakhya Rasa, where someone becomes a friend of Lord Krishna just to become a servant of Lord Krishna. Lord Ram had a problem. Whenever he used to meet someone and when he used to go to hug them, immediately they used to slip down and touch his feet. Lord Ram had no friends. Because whomever he used to meet, they used to surrender to him. So even God has some desire to have some intimacy. And God's desires get fulfilled when he comes as Krishna in Vrindavan. So there are many devotees who became friends of Krishna. Now, friends of Krishna will have Shantarasa. Friends of Krishna will have Dasya, but they have an extra flavor that these servants of Krishna, these people who constantly remember Krishna and these servants of Krishna, They are becoming servants of Krishna by becoming friend of Krishna. They are doing a role play. In Vaikuntha, where Krishna exists as Lord Narayan, everybody is constantly glorifying him. The Purusha Sukta prayers are there, the Brahma Samhita prayers are there, this is there, that is there. Only glorification. Sometimes Lord Krishna feels bored also. So in the Vrindavan pastimes, these friends of Lord Krishna, they tease Lord Krishna. When Krishna kills a demon and come, these friends, they say, don't act smart. You know why you are able to kill these demons? Because your father, Nand Maharaj, is a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. And whenever any demon comes, Lord Vishnu enters your body. And by the worship, by the power of devotion of your father, you are able to kill them. So it's not your credit. Don't act smart. If you want to play, behave properly. If you behave like the prince, we will not take you in our game from tomorrow. Krishna likes this. When he was lifting the Govardhan, his friends told him, don't try to act smart. It is because of the butter which our mothers have made, which we have helped you to steal and eat. That's why you are able to lift Govardhan. Kachu माखन के बल बधो, कछु गोपन कियो से हाय, श्री राधे की कृपा से तूने गिरवर लिए उठाए. We have seen. You were lifting Govardhan, but what was going on, we all could see. What was going on between you and Srimati Radharani, we could see. Balram also saw. So if you don't behave yourself properly, everything will be reported to Mother Yashoda. So this is how the friends of Krishna behave. And Krishna likes this. He missed this when he was there as Lord Ram. Because Lord Ram is Raja Ram. Nobody talks to him like that. Even his mother, when she had to ask him, why did you do this? She has to go in a in a sanctified way. That is Ram. But Krishna, he enjoys deeper ecstasies and deeper intimacy. He's the same person. The same person comes as Ram. Krishna only becomes Ram. But in that incarnation, the mood is different. And in Krishna, he is enjoying more intimacy. Sakhya Rasa. Higher than Sakhya Rasa is Vatsalya Rasa. In Vatsalya Rasa, one is having uninterrupted remembrance of the Lord. One has a desire to serve the Lord. One is serving the Lord with a lot of intimacy like a friend. But at the same time, one is also worried about the welfare and the protection of the Lord in parental affection. That is Vatsalya Rasa. The friends of Krishna, they want to play with Krishna. But they are not so much worried about whether Krishna wants to eat or not. Mother Yashoda is thinking that if I do not feed Krishna, he will die. So therefore she is worried about that. When will Krishna have bath? Where are the clothes of Krishna? Did that monkey scratch Krishna? Why is he walking bare feet? Why has he not come home till now? Has he eaten or not? Did the servant reach with the lunch packet on time or not? Why is he playing the flute like this? Mother Yashoda is constant anxiety. I always tell this to various people that if you somehow get a HD vision into Krishna Leela and if you see Mother Yashoda, you will feel that in the next 1 minute this lady is going to get a heart attack. That is the level of anxiety she has. But you know what? The level of happiness which she is experiencing in that spiritual anxiety is something which Lord Brahma, Shiva and Lakshmi aspire for. Spiritual anxiety increases your lifespan. Material anxiety kills you. Do you understand? If you take anxiety for Krishna, you are the happiest man in this world. But if you take anxiety for your body, mind and the expansions of your body and your society, you will be always miserable. So take anxiety for Krishna and the service of Krishna and do your duties as an obligation. That is the secret for happiness. So always remember, the friends of Krishna have become friends of Krishna to become a servant of Krishna. The parents of Krishna, Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda, they have become parents of Krishna ultimately to become a servant of Krishna. Sometimes people decide, I want to be in Vatsalya Rasa. I want to be in Madhurya Rasa. I want to be in... You cannot decide this. In Kali Yuga, only one rasa is recommended, Dasya Rasa. And when you do your duties and devotional service in Dasya Rasa properly, then Guru and Krishna will reveal to you what is your eternal relationship with Krishna. All of us sitting here and those who are not sitting here, we all have an eternal relationship with Krishna, which cannot be changed. That I am fed up of this Dasya Rasa, now I want to enter Vatsalya. This is nonsense. It is not that the person in Dasya Rasa is less satisfied or less happy than the person in Sakhya Rasa. No. All of them are equally satisfied. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. However, Shanta Rasa is like a pot of 1 liter. 1 liter love for Krishna. Dasya Rasa is a pot of 2 liter love for Krishna. Sakhya Rasa is a pot of 3 liter love for Krishna. Vatsalya Rasa is 4 liter. And Madhurya Rasa is like 5 liter or unlimited, whatever. Any unit of measurement you take, doesn't matter. I'm just explaining to you that everything which Dasya Rasa contains is there in Sakhya Rasa also. But a flavor is there that one acts on an equal level with Krishna. But ultimately their deep rooted desire is to serve Krishna. Similarly, Mother Yashoda, she's tying Krishna, she's chasing Krishna with a stick. The friends of Krishna will not do that. But why she is doing it? Ultimately to serve Krishna. And the highest or the perfection of all services is Madhurya Rasa, where one starts loving Krishna just to see the smile on his face, just to give him happiness as a beloved lover. And the kind of sacrifices they make is unimagined and unparalleled. That is called Madhurya Rasa. For example, these gopis of Vrindavan, they gave up their families, they gave up their husbands, they gave up their fathers, brothers, and even children to serve Krishna. 5,000 years ago, if a cultured lady would have left their house, there's no place for her when she comes back. If you read the pastimes of Krishna, there's a discussion going on when Krishna has kidnapped Rukmini. Discussion is going on. Now that Krishna has touched Rukmini, she cannot be married to anyone else. She has to go with Krishna, but we should teach Krishna a lesson before he leaves. So 5,000 years ago, if somebody else touches, that means she has to be married to this touch. In that society, the gopis, they are ready to give up everything for Krishna. And what do they want in return? Mother Yashoda wants in return that the son should be disciplined. The friends want in return that Krishna should play with something with us. The servants of Krishna want the blessings of Krishna. But what do these gopis want? Nothing. We just want you to be happy. If you become happy by embracing us, we are happy. And if you become happy by giving up our association and going away forever, we are happy. So the highest form of love is this Madhurya Rasa. We cannot even imagine the greatness of the gopis of Vrindavan. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya, who is a sannyasi, now generally sannyasis, they don't talk about women. But even we see Lord Chaitanya talking about the devotion of the gopis to Lord Krishna, and he speaks about it all the time. He said that the best way to worship Krishna is to follow in the footsteps of Vrajavadhus, the cowherd damsels, or the respectable ladies of Vraja. They surpassed everybody in worshipping Krishna. So much so that Krishna told, Krishna's name is Varadaraj, and he gives so many benedictions to everybody. But he told the gopis, my dear gopis, I really can't give you anything. If I give myself to you, that also is a less favor. So therefore, your own service is your reward. Your service to me is your own reward. I can't give anything to you in return because you have surpassed all forms of worship. Of course, Krishna is speaking like that. That does not mean that these gopis are greater than Krishna also. No. It is Krishna's humility why he is speaking like that. Always remember, there is another deviation in the line of Krishna Bhakti where people start thinking these gopis are greater than Krishna. No. Krishna is always the Vishaya Vigraha and all the devotees of Krishna are Ashraya Vigraha. We have to take shelter of the devotees of Krishna ultimately to please Krishna. This point should never be forgotten. The way Krishna is speaking like this, the way Krishna is treating the gopis, he is doing it, to basically further intensify their love for him. Because the excellence of all forms of devotion is to increase our loving attraction towards Krishna. When Krishna saw that during the Ras Leela, the gopis are becoming a little proud, he left them. And then the gopis are crying and crying and crying. And then Krishna again comes back. Why? Just to further intensify their love. He leaves Radharani also. And then Radharani and gopis, they meet together and they are crying, they are chanting Govinda, Damodara, Madhava in the middle of the night and they are crying, they are chanting Hare Krishna. And then Krishna all of a sudden comes back. And then they continue the most beautiful rasa dance. So, why Krishna does whatever he does? It is just to glorify his devotees and nothing else. Whatever happens in the life of a devotee, we should see that it is Krishna's personal doing just to glorify the aspect of bhakti. How great is why Krishna allowed Prahlad to go through so many difficulties. Just to show that my devotee is so great, or my devotional service makes a person so happy that even if he is crushed by an elephant, thrown from a cliff, burnt in fire, served poison, they are not disturbed. Just to establish the glory of bhakti, the Lord does these pastimes. So whether it is Shant Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakhya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, the object of worship is Krishna. And he takes care of all the devotees in a way in which they have no complaints. You go and meet any parent of Krishna, you go and meet any lover of Krishna, you go and meet any servant of Krishna or friend of Krishna. They are completely satisfied and they have no scope for any complaint. That Krishna didn't give me this. No. Whatever Krishna does, they are happy with it. So this is the worship of Lord Krishna. Now, how to worship Lord Krishna in this age? The answer is, we cannot worship Lord Krishna in Kali Yuga. Because worshipping Krishna, first of all, ISKCON never teaches anybody to worship Lord Krishna alone. Generally, I do not like a deity of Krishna where he is standing alone. We always worship Radha and Krishna together. That is the mood of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, which is alternatively known as ISKCON. So to worship Radha and Krishna means you should be completely pure in your heart. No mode of ignorance, no mode of passion, no mode of goodness. Only Shuddha Sattva. Mode of pure goodness. Not even a single material desire you cannot pray to Radha and Krishna, give me a mobile phone, or give me a son, or give me good health, or give me peaceful family life. No. This is nonsense. Not even a single material desire, not even a single tinge of modes of material nature, not even a single aspect where Krishna is not in the center but you are in the center. So how many of us are at that level of worship? Please raise one hand. At least, it's very difficult. So therefore, Krishna has come as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. the body of Lord Krishna and the mood of Srimati Radharani. That means the body of Krishna and the mood of a devotee, the heart of a devotee, is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radharani always had a problem with Lord Krishna. Day and night you keep killing people. Why do you kill so much? Lord Krishna was like, what should I do? What should I do? This Aristasura is coming, he is disturbing me. What should I do? This Trinavarti is coming, what should I do? If I don't kill them, what will happen? Putna is coming, what should I do? I have to kill them. They leave me no option. When Aristasura came, you only went and started embracing the tamal tree, thinking that it is me, and you were chanting Govinda, Damodar, Madhava. So I should not kill Aristasura. And that Aristasura is not listening to me also. I told him, don't disturb, don't do this, don't do that. But he's like, no, I will fight. So I have to kill him. Radharani was like, no, I don't like this killing. So then Krishna understood what Radharani wants. Radharani wants that the demons should not be killed also, and the problem should also go away. She was hinting that instead of killing the demons, you kill the demoniac mentality inside the demons. That means you don't kill the demons, you make them into devotees. So Lord Krishna said, okay, if this is what you want, let's do that. But Lord Srimati Radharani said that, no, you have a habit of killing people. Krishna said, okay. In my next incarnation in Kali Yuga, whenever I will meet a demon, I will not kill them, but I will kill the demon inside them. That means without killing them, I will deliver them. This is just one instance. That this is not the real reason of the descent of Lord Chaitanya. The real reason of the descent of Lord Chaitanya, I will tell you during Gaur Purnima time, but not now. So it is mentioned in the 11th canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 32. Please repeat with me. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhashaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the name of Krishna. In the age of Kali, those who are intelligent, they will worship that form of Hari, that form of Krishna, congregationally, not alone, but in the association of many people. Which form of incarnation? Which form of Hari they will worship? They will worship that form of Krishna who is chanting his own names. Although his complexion will not be blackish, he is Krishna himself. Tvisha Krishnam, his complexion will be golden. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. This verse many people could not understand. But when Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, everybody understood. Krishna Varnam, he is Krishna. Tvisha Krishnam, he is not blackish. Sango Pangastra Parshadam, he is along with his associates, servants, weapons, and companions. Yajna Sankirtanaya Praya, he will start the Sankirtan Yajna and chant his own names just to teach everybody how to render pure devotional service. Yajantihi Sumedhashaha. Only those who are Sumedhashaha, most intelligent, they will be able to spot him, recognize him, that here is Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya appeared to teach the Yuga Dharma. I have purposely put the photo of Ras Leela and the Sankirtan together to make a point that the mood of Ras Leela is the same as the Sankirtan. Many people misunderstand the mood of Sankirtan or misunderstand the mood of Ras Leela. When Lord Chaitanya is dancing here in between and his devotees are singing and dancing, the mood which these devotees have is to give more and more pleasure and more ecstasy to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The same mood these gopis have, to give more and more pleasure and more ecstasy to Sri Krishna. There is no enviousness amongst the people who do Sankirtan. Similarly, there is no enviousness amongst these gopis. All these people who are in the association of Lord Chaitanya, they are free of lust, anger, greed, illusion, enviousness and attachments. Similarly, all these gopis, they are free of lust, anger, greed, illusion, enviousness and attachments, and then they are serving Krishna. We are not qualified to participate in the Ras Leela, this is certain, but we can all participate in the Sankirtan Leela of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Prabhupada has commented in his books that book distribution is non-different from the Sankirtan pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how many of you want to take part in Sankirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That is very good. And know it in the core of your heart that this Sankirtan Leela, congregationally chanting the holy names of the Lord, congregationally glorifying the Lord, or doing something which increases His name and fame and qualities and pastimes like book distribution, is Sankirtan, and this is the mood of Ras Leela. Ras Leela means do something so that Krishna's name, fame, qualities and pastimes get more and more broadcast. But before doing that, you should get absorbed more in the name, form, qualities and pastimes. This understanding I got from my spiritual master. So I'm just giving to all of you. Many people misunderstand, what is Sankirtan, especially the Ras Leela is highly misunderstood. When somebody sees someone with a girl or a boy, they say Ras Leela kar raha hai. And these people, they don't know. We should not speak like this. The word rasa or rasa means mellow. We saw that there are 5 kinds of mellow: Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. An activity where all these 5 rasas are excelling and exhibiting themselves at their peak, with Madhurya rasa being the only prevalent rasa, is called Rasa Leela. Lord Shiva wants to enter Ras Leela, but he cannot enter. Lord Brahma cannot enter. Even Mother Lakshmi could not enter. But all these personalities, Shiva, Brahma, Lakshmi, etc., they took birth again in Kali Yuga to participate. If not birth, at least they appeared again to participate in Chaitanya Leela. And Chaitanya Leela is still going on. Srila Prabhupada tells in his Bhagavatam purports that Lord Krishna has again taken birth in the form of this Hare Krishna movement. In another place he says that the activities of this Hare Krishna movement are being personally administered and guided by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if Sri Krishna Chaitanya is telling do this, do that, is that not Chaitanya Leela? And Srila Prabhupada tells again and again and again, distribute my book, where is book, where is book, where is book? Is there any doubt that book distribution is Chaitanya Leela? Or for that matter anything, chanting Hare Krishna, association, distribution of prasadam, distribution of Harinam, distribution of books, this is all Chaitanya Leela. And those who participate, they will realize. Those who do not participate, they just keep sitting at home in some imaginative ecstasy, but no desire for any practical activity, they will never realize what is Chaitanya Leela and what is Ras Leela. I will quickly give some other references and close today's discussion. Someone may say, Arey Prabhu, you showed us just one verse and you want us to believe that Krishna is Lord Chaitanya. We don't believe. So we'll give you some more references. The sound of the holy name pierces everything. Aham purno bhavishyami yoga sandhyau visheshatah Mayapure navadvipe bhavishyami shachi sutah. Garud Puran, Lord Krishna is telling, I will take birth as the son of Shachi, bhavishyami shachi sutah, in Navadvip Mayapur, Mayapure navadvipe. I will come in my complete spiritual form in the first part of Kali Yuga. This is a reference that Sri Krishna is non-different from Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only the mood is different. Sri Krishna is the enjoyer, But when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes in the mood of his Bhakta Rupa, comes as a devotee. Satye Daitya Kuladhi. Okay, this is not the meter. Satye Daitya Kuladhinas Samaye Simhordhvaya Martya Kritis Tretayam Dashakandharam Eti Namakritihi Gopalan Paripalayam Brajapure Bharam Bharam Haram Dvapare Gaurangah Priya Kirtanah Kali Yuge Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. Narsimha Purana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who in the Satyuga appeared as a half man, half lion to cure the terrible disease that had ravaged the Daityas. Who in Treta Yuga appeared as a person named Rama, Lord Ramachandra, the person who defeated the 10-headed demon Ravana, and who in Dwapar Yuga removed the earth's burden and protected the Gopa, people of Vrajapura, will appear again in the Kali Yuga. That means the same person will come. His form will be golden, Gauranga. He will delight in chanting the Lord's holy names, and his name will be Chaitanya. Narsimha Purana. How many of you read Vishnu Sahasranam? Suvarna Varna He Mango Varnanga Sanga Chandanangadi Sanyasakritya Mahasanto Nishtha Shanti Parayana. Have you read this verse? Anybody is able to recall? It's there in Vishnu. Please have some faith. कुछ तो दिखा दिए प्रभु. है ही नहीं विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम, but it is picked up from Vishnu Sahasranam. He has a golden complexion, Suvarna Varnaha Hemango, beautiful limbs smeared with sandalwood pulp. He has the appearance of molten gold. Actually, this photo here is Lord Vishnu. I should put Chaitanya photo here. I don't know why I put this photo. Okay, he has the appearance of molten gold, Hemanga. He accepts sannyas, sannyasakrit. Which is that incarnation of Krishna which accepts sannyas? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is self-controlled, peaceful, and completely fixed in the chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna. He is the highest abode of devotion and transcendental peace. Now are you convinced that Krishna is Lord Chaitanya? I can give more references, but that will take more time. If you are convinced, then I can skip the references and go to the next part of the discussion. How many of you want more references? Okay. I know, nobody will ask, so I didn't plan also. Why Lord Chaitanya is not known commonly? Question, if Lord Krishna is Lord Chaitanya, then why is Chaitanya not so famous? Everybody knows Lord Krishna in the world, but very few people know Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Answer comes in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam, 9th chapter, shloka number 38. Itham ritrigya rishideva jahasha vartarai lokan vibhavayasi hamsi jagat pratipan dharmam mahapurusha pasi yogana vrittam channaha kalau yadabhavastri yogothasatvam. In this way, my Lord, you appear in various incarnations as a human being, as an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise, thus maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demoniac principles. According to the age, O my Lord, you protect the principles of religion, and in the age of Kali, however, please listen, in the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore you are known as Tri Yuga, or the Lord who appears in 3 yugas. That means in Satyug, Treta and Dwapar, when Lord Krishna comes, he says, yes, I am Bhagwan. Look at me. But when the same Bhagwan comes in Kali Yuga, the people of Kali Yuga are so thoroughly envious that if he accepts the fact that I am Bhagwan, people will commit more offenses and go to hell. He'll not be able to help people because people have no devotion for Bhagavan. That is Kali Yuga. So basically in Kali Yuga, Lord comes, suppose in Dwapar Yuga he is taught the Bhakti Yoga or he has taught the Bhagavad Gita. So he comes in the form of a devotee just to teach everybody how to practice Bhakti Yoga, because that is the only way in which the people of Kali Yuga can be inspired to follow the Bhagavad Gita. Is Lord Chaitanya just another incarnation like Narsimha, Vamana, Matsya, Varaha? The answer is no. All the other incarnations, they are incarnations. Krishna advented as Narsimhadev. The incarnation of Krishna is Narsimhadev. The incarnation of Krishna is Vamana. The incarnation of Krishna is Rama. The incarnation of Krishna is Matsya. The incarnation of Krishna is Varaha. But Chaitanya is not an incarnation. He is Krishna himself. All the other incarnations, they are avatar. But Krishna is the source of all avatars. That is, he is avatari. Many people will get confused, but this is what the Bhagavatam says and the Bhagavad Gita says, if you have read it. So Lord Krishna is the avatari. And Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is avatari. He is not an expansion. He is Krishna himself. Please repeat with me. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. This is the pranam mantra of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just like we say, He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. So this is the pranam mantra. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. When Srila Rupa Goswami, the foremost disciple of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, saw Lord Chaitanya for the first time, spontaneously he offered this prayer, and that prayer is here in Gita course. O most munificent incarnation, Namo Mahavadanyaya. You are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani, and you are widely distributing the pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Now this prayer is more deep than what the translation says. Krishna has told in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. The degree to which one surrenders to me, to that degree, I will reveal myself to that person. Forget about getting pure love of God. Even when Krishna was personally present on this planet, very few people got Krishna Prema. Maybe some residents of Braja, maybe some friends and some gopis, Nand Baba, Yashoda, they got Krishna Prema. But nobody in Dwarka, nobody got Krishna Prema. Because that Krishna Prema, the wealth of the gopis, the wealth of Nand Baba and Mother Yashoda, that is the topmost treasure in the treasury house of Krishna. Love, uncontaminated, unadulterated, unconditional, unmotivated love. That is beyond dharma, beyond artha, beyond kama, and beyond moksha. That is pancham purushartha. So very few people got Krishna Prema. During Krishna Leela it is seen that Uddhava is aspiring to become a small plant, a small creeper in Vrindavan, so that the gopis can walk on those creeper and go, and he can get the dust of the gopis. Because why? He is aspiring the love which the gopis have for Krishna. Not just the gopis, but the Vrajavasis have for Krishna. Similarly, we see Lord Shiva is aspiring for that. Gopeshwar Mahadev, he is sitting in Vrindavan on the exterior circumference of the Rasasthali, hoping that I'll get the mercy of Radharani, I'll get the mercy of some gopi, I'll get the mercy of Lord Krishna. Lord Brahma has become a mountain just to get the dust of the foot of the residents or the followers or the devotees of Lord Krishna. That is Krishna Prema. Everybody wants it. Everybody hankers for it. That is not at all available. But here is an incarnation. Here is a personality who is Lord Krishna himself. Krishna Prema Pradayate. He is giving this love of God to everybody. He is not seeing who is qualified and who is unqualified. Simply anybody who with love and devotion chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They get the highest treasure descending directly from Goloka Vrindavan. Golokera Premadhan Harinama Sankirtan. This kind of benediction and this kind of mercy was not distributed ever in the past. Therefore, amongst all the forms of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya is called as the most munificent form. The most merciful and the most munificent incarnation. Why? Krishna Prema Pradayate. Lord Krishna is very careful to give a love of God. He didn't give it to Kubja. He didn't give it to the Mathuravasis. He didn't give it to anybody else. But when Lord Krishna comes as Lord Chaitanya, simply if you bow down in front of him, because he has the mood of Radharani, no? And Radharani is like, everybody should become a pure devotee of Krishna. That is her desire. And because Lord Krishna is experiencing the Mahabhav of Radharani in the form of Lord Chaitanya, so he is just giving love of God to everybody, because this is Radharani's desire. Radharani wants this. That everybody should get the complete love and affection, the highest form of uncontaminated love towards Lord Krishna. This is the internal desire of Radharani. Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya. That Krishna only has come as Krishna Chaitanya. There is no difference between the two. You cannot say he is Purusha avatar, or he is Leela avatar, or he is Channa avatar, or he is Yuga avatar. Not any category of incarnate. He is Krishna himself. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya. Namne Gauratushe Namaha. To that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my respectful obeisances. Hope you are able to understand who is Lord Chaitanya. There is a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvata. Amongst thousands and thousands of men, Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Some of them will think, what is the perfection of life? Is life all about eating, sleeping, mating and defending, or is there something higher? Kaschit. And amongst thousands and thousands of such men, please keep the door closed, huh? Don't keep it open. A lot of noise is coming. Either go in or don't go in. My flow of speaking gets disturbed. What was I saying? Manushyanam sahastreshu. So amongst thousands and thousands of people, one may think that what is the perfection of life. And amongst thousands and thousands of people who are thinking what is the perfection of life, or who are trying to achieve perfection of life, only one may know Krishna. So what is the probability of becoming a Mahatma? Very rare. And amongst many such Mahatmas, extend the shloka a little bit more. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Amongst these Sudurlabha Mahatmas, very rarely any Mahatma will have Krishna Prema. And now that Krishna Prema is being freely distributed. Chant Hare Krishna, you get it. That's all. Don't you think it is a miracle? It's like unbelievable. That is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So imagine how fortunate we are. In the 1000 Divya Yoga cycles in one day of Brahma, in the 28th Divya Yoga cycle, Krishna comes. That means from 1 to 27 and from 29 to 1000 Divya Yoga cycle, Krishna doesn't come only. Other incarnations of Krishna come. And only when Krishna comes, after that Lord Chaitanya comes. How fortunate we are. The people of next Kali Yuga may not be talking about Krishna and Chaitanya. They'll talk about some other incarnation of Hari and will get delivered. But we are so lucky. We are talking about Swayam Bhagwan Shri Krishna and we are talking about Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We still have the places where Lord Chaitanya walked, danced, rolled in the streets while doing Sankirtan. We are so fortunate. Lord Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma. Sometimes Lord Chaitanya comes. And very rarely Srila Prabhupada comes. So we are so fortunate. Even after getting so much devotional treasure, if we do not become pure devotees, then I don't think that there is any hope for us. Lord Krishna cannot make any better arrangement than this. Taking birth, getting exposed to Prabhupada's movement, getting exposed to Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. There cannot be anything better. So I will conclude today's discussion by telling you one small pastime. This is called as the Jagai Madhai pastime. This will make you understand the sweetness, greatness and the inconceivable nature of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. You want to say something? In the holy land of Navadvip Mayapur, after Lord Chaitanya had descended, there was two people whose names were Jagadananda and Madhavananda. They were the black sheep of their family. They were born in very high-class Brahminical families, taught all good high-class Brahminical cultures, clean, and having all the 9 qualities of a gentle, pure, genuine Brahmanas. But due to bad association, they gave up all Brahminical qualities and became the worst demons. It is said that they used to read the scripture and find out a sin which they have not done till now. There are some sins which we cannot imagine. They used to open the scripture. Have we killed a pregnant woman till now? No. Today we'll do it. Tick. Have we raped the wife of our own spiritual master till now? No. Today we'll do it. That category of sinful people. I will not mention all the sins which they have done. It is said that Yamaraj came in a lot of tension. He said that even Ravana and Hiranyakashipu were not so sinful like this Jagai and Madhai. I am examining all the various kinds of hellish planetary systems. There is no hell created by you, my dear Lord Brahma, which is suitable for this Jagai and Madhai. I have put a separate department. Chitragupta has refused to account their sinful reactions. I have put a separate department just to note down in a day what all they are doing. And the registers and the books and the logs are increasing and increasing. I have to buy a new godown now. That is the problem. It's very difficult to account for the sinful activities which they are doing. What can we do for them? Shri Krishna Chaitanya is non-different from Krishna. And Balram takes birth or appears in Chaitanya Leela as Nityananda Prabhu. Now Balram, or this expansion of Krishna, sometimes comes as Lakshmana, sometimes comes as Balram. In whichever incarnation he comes, he assumes a mood which is suitable to the mood of Hari in that incarnation. So when Lakshmana comes, he sees Lord Ram, although he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but his mood is that of Maryada Purushottam. So Lakshmana assumes the mood of service. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno. The only Lakshmi which Lakshmana had was service to Ram. Because Lord Ram's mood was service. Similarly, when Krishna appeared, he came in the mood of having loving exchanges with his devotees, making the people of Vaikuntha realize that in order to achieve the highest bliss in spiritual life, one has to get rid of awe and reverence and serve Lord Krishna, walking in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan with a lot of love, devotion and intimacy. And one of the other things which he wanted to do as Krishna was to free the world of its burden of demoniac people. So Balram assumed a similar mood. Very conducive for Krishna Leela, very conducive for killing Jarasandha and all those people. Similarly, when same Balram comes in Chaitanya Leela, he sees that the mood of Lord Chaitanya is to give Krishna prema to everybody. Now, what is the role of a servant? The role of a servant is to make sure that he surpasses his master in the mood of service. So Lord Nityananda, understanding the mood of Lord Chaitanya, that he wants to give Krishna prema to everybody, he surpassed even Lord Chaitanya as far as encouraging everybody in Krishna consciousness was concerned. I heard one example in one lecture, I will just repeat, it is easy to understand. Lord Krishna tells, you pass the examination of death. And if you pass, I will accept you. Die in a Krishna conscious, live in a Krishna conscious way, die in a Krishna conscious way, and you enter my pastimes. Lord Chaitanya is telling no need of doing all that. If death is an examination, here is the question paper, here is the answer sheet. Just chant Hare Krishna, write everything, give it to me, I'll take care. And Lord Nityananda is telling no need to come to exam hall also. I will come to your house, I will ask your name, no need to write the answers, I'll take care. That is Lord Nityananda. So if Lord Chaitanya is wanting to give you his mercy, then Lord Nityananda is a person who is running behind you, catching you and bringing you to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So one day, this Jagadananda Madhavananda, who had degraded into Jagai and Madhai, they were sitting in one place, sleeping in one place, and thousands of people had surrounded them. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that they were sleeping together, and sometimes they were telling very bad words to each other, and next moment they were begging forgiveness from each other, and then they used to get up and start hitting each other, and then they used to embrace each other and cry, and then they used to take out swords and cut each other. That is the kind of activities which they were doing, Jagai, and they had become completely crazy basically. So Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, they were on a mission to deliver Krishna Prem through Lord Chaitanya to everybody. So when Lord Nityananda saw Jagai and Madhai, he thought in his mind that my master, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has appeared as Patit Pavan. His name as Patit Pavan will be very nicely understood all over the universe only if he delivers this Jagai and Madhai. This Jagai and Madhai, they will never chant Krishna's name and they will never surrender to Krishna. Then how can they be delivered? So I have to do something. This is what Lord Nityananda decided. When their activities were reported to Lord Chaitanya said, I will go and kill them now. They are so sinful, they cannot stay here. But Lord Nityananda told, my dear Lord, in this incarnation, you cannot kill anybody. You cannot take out your Sudarshan Chakra. Because if you start killing everybody, then you have to kill everybody. Because everybody in Kali Yuga is like Jagai and Madhai. How much you will kill? The whole planet will become empty. Then Lord Chaitanya says, what do you want me to do? Lord Nityananda says, give me a chance. Let me just try to help them. So at that time Lord Chaitanya said, my dear Lord Nityananda, just because you have decided to deliver them, they are already delivered. tell them after half. 1 second. So Lord Nityananda again went. First time when he approached with Haridas Thakur, this Jagai and Madhai, they chased him. They chased Balram, and Haridas Thakur is the incarnation of Brahma in Chaitanya Leela. Now imagine the same Balram in Krishna Leela. There are so many instances when he's playing a dice game with Rukmi, the brother Rukmini. He did one cheating, and Balram cannot tolerate that. He took his mace and he killed him. And there was this king of Kalinga who was laughing, showing his teeth like this. So he took him and he broke all his teeth. That is Balram. When Aniruddha was captured by Bhishma and Duryodhana and others, not Aniruddha, Samba. And Samba was captured because Samba had kidnapped the daughter of Duryodhana because she wanted to marry. So Duryodhana didn't like it. Bhishma, Duryodhana, Karna all came together and they tried to capture him. They did some cheating also and they captured him. So when Balram came for peacemaking, they said, what nonsense, we'll not listen to you, all this, all that. We'll not return also. You should beg apologies. It's your fault. It's your son's fault. Balram became so angry that he took his plow and he made a hole in the land of Hastinapur and he started dragging it, and the whole land, like imagine we are sitting here and everything is moving. And he started dragging the whole of Hastinapur into the Ganges. That is the potency of Balram. Then all Bhishma, Karna, Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra and everybody, they came running and they fell down at the feet of Balram that Samba is yours, our daughter is yours, our kingdom is yours, everything is you, please forgive us. You are the Supreme Personality of God. Bhishma was like touching the feet of Balram. That Balram, when he comes as Nityananda, he assumes the mood of Lord Chaitanya to such a degree that when two drunk people are chasing him, he is running. That is Nityananda. That's why there is a bhajan called Akarodha Nityananda Paramananda Rai. That Balram, who used to become angry on the slightest offense at Lord Krishna, in this incarnation as Lord Nityananda, he shows no anger at all, because that is the mood of Lord Chaitanya. So he started running, and Haridas Thakur is complaining that any preacher who will be with Lord Nityananda, he will get killed one day. Because that is the preaching of Lord Nityananda. He preaches in a very crazy manner. Sometimes he jumps in the Ganges, catches a crocodile and preaches to the crocodile. They chant Hare Krishna. Sometimes he plays with young boys, milks the cows and drinks. And then all the boys are crying because he pinches them. So it's very difficult to understand the pastimes of Lord Krishna, Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is the original incarnation who is the source of all other incarnations. First expansion of Krishna. Lord Shiva is the worshipper of Sankarshana, and the source of Sankarshana is Lord Nityananda. So Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, they appear in invisible forms and worship the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. It's very difficult to understand his pastimes. Next day he went alone to Jagai and Madhai, and he again requested them that you please chant the holy names of Krishna. So Jagai and Madhai, they became very angry. Madhai became so angry that he said that yesterday we could not kill you, today we'll kill you. He was drinking liquor in a pot. He took that pot and he hit Lord Nityananda. That pot went flying in the air and it hit the head of Lord Nityananda. The pot broke, the liquor fell on the body, and blood started coming out of the head of Lord Nityananda. When he did this, Lord Nityananda was unagitated. Imagine if somebody hits you like that. Suppose you are doing book distribution and you go with a book to someone's house, and the first thing they do is to spit on your face, and the next thing which they do is to take a rod and hit you on the head. What will you do after that? Of course, we are not in the category of Lord Nityananda. Although the blood was trickling down, but Lord Nityananda at that point said, "My dear child, just because you have hit me with a pot of liquor, does it mean that I will not give you love of God?" So Jagai, when he heard this statement, he understood that Lord Nityananda is not an ordinary person. Madhai was like, "Oh, you are again talking, I'll hit you more." He was again going to hit him. But Jagai, he stopped Madhavananda or Madhai from hitting the next time. By now the news had, you can see this photo, by now the news had reached Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya, who is a Channa avatar, who hides his form as Lord Krishna, who is Bhakta Rupa, he could not tolerate it. He became so angry that he came running. It is said in the Chaitanya Bhagavat that when he started running, nobody could catch up with him. And in a moment's notice, he just reached that place. And immediately he summoned the Sudarshan Chakra. The chakra is cut in the picture. And all the villagers of Navadvip, they are seeing, "Oh, our Nimai Pandit is Bhagwan." Till now he kept his identity hidden. But when Lord Nityananda was hurt, he became so angry that he didn't care for what the world thinks. He just summoned his Sudarshan Chakra and he was about to kill this Jagai and Madhai. But at that time, again, Lord Nityananda caught hold of the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and he said, "My dear Lord, in this incarnation, you cannot kill. Because if you kill this Jagai and Madhai, then you have to kill everybody, because everybody is like Jagai and Madhai." This is the only statement which keeps making. You should not kill. Then Lord Chaitanya again asked, "Then what do you want? They have hurt you. My dear Lord Nityananda, your body is more dear to me than my own body." Why? Because your entire body is full of love of God. And I cannot tolerate anything happening to you. So Lord Nityananda said that, "My dear Lord, if I have done any devotional service to you in any of my lives, then please give your mercy to this Jagai." You know what? I got hurt in an accident. Madhai didn't hit me. It was just an accident. The pot slipped from his hand and came and hit me. But this Jagai is so nice. When the pot was about to slip again, he stopped him. So this Jagai has helped me. Although Lord Chaitanya, he is Krishna, he is Paramatma, he is Bhagwan, he knows everything. But when Lord Nityananda appealed like this, Lord Chaitanya started shedding tears and he said that, "My dear Lord Nityananda, whatever you say is final." And then he went and embraced Jagai. And simply by getting the embrace of Lord Chaitanya, Jagai was completely purified. And then Jagai, Jagadananda, fell down on the ground, clasped the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, put it on his chest, and started offering the choicest prayers from Srimad Bhagavatam. And when Madhai was seeing this, he was saying, "This is unfair. We are both partners in crime. We are the same criminals. How can one criminal get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the other criminal is left to die and exist in hell? This is not fair." So he approached Lord Chaitanya that, "Please help me. Please bless me also." Lord Chaitanya said, "It is not possible for me to bless you because you have offended Lord Nityananda. Only if and only if Lord Nityananda forgives you, then there is any hope for you." So Madhai again went and fell at the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda and he said, "Please forgive me." And Lord Nityananda picked up and embraced him and held his hand and brought him to Lord Chaitanya and he said, "My dear Lord, please give Madhai the result of all devotional service which I have done till now. Please bless him." And then, as recommended by Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and gave both of them love of God. This pastime is being seen by Yamaraj in the heavenly planetary system. And Yamaraj, when he saw how Lord Chaitanya has delivered Jagai and Madhai, because in the Bhagavad Gita he says, "Sarva dharman parityajya maam ekam sharanam bhaja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami." Lord Chaitanya gave them freedom from all sinful reactions which they did till now. And when even Ramaraj saw that, he fainted. He fainted that how is this possible? Never in the history of human existence, somebody who had committed so many sins for whom there is no particular hell also has been delivered just like that. No prayashchit, nothing. Just they hit Lord Nityananda, and as a result of that they got delivered. So that is this Jagai and Madhai pastime, and that is the pastime of Chaitanya, Nityananda, who are alternatively called as Gaura and Nitai, Gaur Nitai. So therefore, this is Lord Chaitanya and this is Lord Nityananda. So therefore it is said that if you want to take shelter of Radha and Krishna in Kali Yuga, you have to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. And if you want to reach the shelter of Lord Chaitanya, you have to take shelter of Lord Nityananda. This is the secret to Vraj Bhakti in Kali Yuga. Vraj Bhakti in Kali Yuga starts from Gaur Nitai worship. Those who are not worshipping Gaur Nitai, they can never attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So therefore, the great people say, by associating with persons for whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead Mukunda is the all in all, one can hear of his powerful activities and soon come to understand them. The activities of Mukunda are so potent that simply by hearing them, one immediately associates with the Lord. For a person who constantly and very eagerly hears the narrations of Lord's powerful activities, the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead in the form of sound vibrations, enters within his heart and cleanses it of all contamination. On the other hand, although bathing in Ganges diminishes the bodily contaminations and infections, this process and the process of visiting holy places can cleanse the heart only after a long time. Therefore, who is that sane man who will not associate with the devotees to quickly perfect his life? The point which we are trying to convey here is, it is very good to visit holy places. It is highly recommended. It is very good to have bath in the sacred waters. It is highly recommended. But the highest and the best and the most swift way of purification of heart to attain Vraja Bhakti, worshipping Radha and Krishna in the form of Yugal Kishore, is through the association of the devotees of Gauranga and Nityananda. Therefore, association is very, very important. Now, we want to say a few things. I'm not sure if it will reach everybody, but still I want to say that we want to ensure that all of you understand the importance of chanting the holy name. We want to ensure that all of you get association. Therefore, after the 2.5 months of the Gita classes, we start something called as a Bhakti Vriksha. Many of you are part of it, and many of you, Krishna willing, are going to be a part of it. Because Lord Chaitanya told this to do. He said, 5 or 10, Dashe Pancha Jana Mile Dware Te Basiya. 5 or 10 of you sit in your own house, clap your hands and chant Hare Krishna. This whole concept, when we come together as a huge gathering, we get association, but we do not get personal attention. We cannot reveal, if we are sitting hundreds of people, we cannot reveal our heart. We cannot ask the questions which are troubling us. So therefore we make smaller groups of 5 or 10 people, and we call it as Bhakti Vriksha. The system of Bhakti Vriksha is that every day people come together, they do an arti. After that they hear the glory of the holy name, they chant one round together, not every day, once in a week. They worship Krishna, arti they do, they glorify Krishna, His holy name, they hear about it, they chant Hare Krishna. Then they read a small section of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam together as a group, 3-4 paragraphs. and then they discuss it. They discover those paragraphs, they analyze those paragraphs, they understand those paragraphs. And after that, they focus on preaching. Preaching is the essence. So in a Bhakti Vriksha, everybody encourages each other to preach. In some Bhakti Vrikshas, they give the weekly preaching report that this week I gave one Bhagavad Gita to my colleague and I encouraged him to chant. Somebody will say, okay, I did this. I made a poster and circulated in my community. Oh, this week I distributed prasadam to everybody. Everybody will give some preaching report, what they did. So in this way, week after week, I think for 1 year, or maybe a little bit more than 1 year, this Bhakti Vriksha continues. And in 1 year, one understands the intricacies of Raja Bhakti, one understands the intricacies of Vaishnava etiquette, and one understands the intricacies of, or the importance of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And within 1 year, most of the people come to the level of chanting 16 rounds. Slowly. So therefore, the end result of the Gita course is we make some Bhakti Vrikshas. So it is my request to all of you that all those who are sitting here and who are not a part of the Bhakti Vriksha, please enter some Bhakti Vrikshas and we will guide you personally in a nice environment, homely environment, so that you can take the shelter of Lord Nityananda, so that you can take the shelter of Lord Chaitanya, and finally achieve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So how many of you are not a part of some Bhakti Vriksha till now? Can you please raise your hand? Who are attending this Gita course but not yet entered a Bhakti Vriksha? Okay, few people. Yeah. You also? Yeah. Most of you are not there. You are also? What about you? You are already in some Bhakti Vriksha? Okay. You are not a part. So, you know what? Today before going, give your names to that Mataji who is standing behind you, who is holding her hands and bowing down her head to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. That Mataji. Give your names before going. And we want to, and from the new year, in the new year we want to start some Bhakti Vrikshas. Okay, no need to panic. 2 people are enough. So we want all of you to enroll in the Bhakti Vrikshas and take further guidance and further association of devotees. And that is the way ahead. I would like to end by reminding all of you how important it is to chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These 16 names composed of the 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. In all the Vedas it is seen that to cross the ocean of nescience there is no alternative to chanting of the holy name. So can we chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra today? Before we chant, how many of you really are in love with Lord Chaitanya after knowing about him? Please raise your hands. Those who are not in love, please don't raise your hand. You are not in love, right? Raise your hand. Yes, Chaitanya Leela is like that. Everybody is in love, hopelessly in love with Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya, what does it mean to love someone? Suppose if you love me, do you love me? So what should you do? You should try to understand what I like. And you should try to do that. That is called love. Correct, no? And what should you expect in return? Correct. So what does Lord Chaitanya like? All of you said we love Lord Chaitanya. What does Lord Chaitanya like? What is the main goal of the life of Lord Chaitanya? Life, teachings and the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. From whatever you heard today, what can you guess? Sorry? Harinam Sankirtan? Yes. Anything else? Basically Harinam Sankirtan. Which is the best way in which you can convince people to chant Hare Krishna? What is the best possible way in which you can convince everyone to chant Hare Krishna? Sorry? Association? Bring the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And how you can bring the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to everybody? By distributing the books, which is called as Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Or any other book, Bhagavad Gita. So please understand, preaching means book distribution. Please repeat with me. Preaching means book distribution. Sankirtan means nobody is telling also. Which was depressing for me. Please repeat with me. Sankirtan means book distribution. So if we engage in chanting Hare Krishna and if we engage in doing book distribution, we are certainly pleasing Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. Have no doubt about this. Can you bring my japmala from inside? Yeah. So we will chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra now.